Okay, I'm in Salt Lake City at the University of Utah campus, and I'm going to take you on a tour of all these old buildings. I'm telling you what, these buildings are awesome. You can just imagine coming in here and these original buildings, just seeing them sticking out of the ground. It's just going to be amazing. But I'm going to take you in here. I don't actually believe that this is an old building. I think this is a new construction. And you can kind of see that because you've got these grout lines. You've got what looks like it's like concrete, casted, molded stones that are not real stones. They're kind of like a pebble mixed concrete. And you can just see our work, you know, compared to the ancients' work where you've got these grid lines in here, and they were able to just put these in by crane and create this look, but it's just not as good as what the original people did. And really pretty and everything, but this is about as good as we can do, I think. I wanted to show you a little history about this little area right here. So the University of Utah began life as the University of Deseret, which was established by an act of General Assembly of the State of Deseret and was originally intended to train teachers for Utah's public schools. So this is the original University of Utah, which was down in Salt Lake City. And just get you in there. But look at this building in the background right here. I thought that was kind of interesting. Doesn't it look like it's sticking out of the mud? Looks like you have a pile of mud right there as well. And then you have these windows that these guys are standing next to that are just ground level. And this is supposed to have taken place in 1850, and I guess this is a picture of the inside. And then in 1899, they moved to this area, and right now we're right here on this map in this new building. But I wanted to take you and I wanted to check out these original buildings down here. Let's just see what we see here. So we've got this building back here. We've got these two here. Really interesting. So they renamed it from University of Deseret to University of Utah in 1899. Interesting, Richard K.A. Kledding. I find that interesting, the KK. So that's 1899. You can pause and read that if you want. And then I guess this is the opening. This is interesting right here, the U. And then 1922. So I'm gonna take you on this. I'll be right back. Okay, so we were just in this building right here. A couple things I wanted to show you on this. So you can see these lions that they've put on this building. And you know, my personal opinion is that this is a new building. Just because of looking at the materials. But right across from it, I think you have an old ancient building sitting right here, and that they found this baby. Look, you got the regular stairs going up, and you've got the vent underneath the stairs. And I bet that you can see in there. Can you see? What can you see? Not really sure. But really cool. Just beautiful arches. Love this brickwork up in here. And you've got vents underneath the windows. And one of the things I wanted to show you on this building was this corner area right over here. And you can see that this stone, I don't know why this board's sitting right here. Through there, I guess. But look at this. So you got this brickwork, right? Then you've got the stone, and then on top of the stone, underneath the stone, you have brickwork. As if this is all added on top of an old building. Isn't that amazing? So there's that color brick. You can see some of the same colors in this brick here. You step up, here's another vent. You step up to step down here. And just really interesting. Let's just see. this goes. So there is another floor underneath this. I can feel it. It's hollow. And anyway, just thought that was really interesting that they actually put this stone on top of brick that's actually going into the ground right there. Let's take a look at this side real quick. I think this is probably an addition. Just beautiful work. And I can't get to this side from the other side, so let's check it out. But so the storyline on this is basically turn of the 19th century. They moved into this building here, and that's this side. Let's see if we see anything back in here that is interesting. Not really seeing anything interesting there. So let me know what you think about piling a stone foundation on top of brick, if that makes any sense to you. And you can see that they basically plastered over that brick. Really interesting. Got the stairs. I guarantee you there's another door underneath these stairs right here, and another vent on this side. More vents underneath some of the windows. Let's take a look right in here and just see if there's any clues back in here. Not really seeing anything there. Beautiful work. I mean, this thing could be over 300 years old. One of the things that's really interesting about this building is that you walk downstairs right there, and goes down there quite a ways. So it looks like everything else that some amount of mud piled up against this thing. Here's another building that looks really close to it. Looks a little older maybe. They've added our modern crap to the side of it. I mean, just garbage. And, yeah, just interesting. Let's take a look at this. So, boom. Look at this big lie right here. You're getting a little lazy, guys, on your landscaping. I let that set and expose that brick underneath the foundation. Really similar to the first building. Vents underneath windows, dirt kind of coming up to it. Let's see if we find anything interesting on it. Now you got more brick underneath this guy. You can see it there. Makes no sense. You got your yellow brick that we see everywhere in Utah. I think in the desert you're going to see more yellow brick. It really took the red out and that plasma came out. But this makes no sense. Some of that same yellow brick in there. And looks like there's an elevator in it where it does go down another level. And let's just keep going here, see if we run into anything. So you do have some vents underneath the windows here. They've put some trees here. You can see that it's deteriorating, and I love it. Look at what we have behind the stone. We have yellow brick. This building is made of brick. This is us. We added this crap to it to hide that brick. There's another window underneath there. And this is just falling apart back here. They really need to do something. Let's see if we can see anything. There's another vent there. So interesting. Beautiful. And we're gonna go check out this beautiful building here. Definitely was sticking out of the ground when they got here. And we're trying to figure out when they got here. You know, they really screwed up the 18th century where it's just hard to put it together. I think that we have maybe more clues here in Utah or San Francisco than any other place in the world. But, and I guarantee you there's another door underneath these stairs right here. And they're letting it fall apart, but let's take a look behind this stone. Do you see the brick back there? So the foundation on this is yellow brick. This is us, the sandstone, or maybe it's even, I mean, who knows if it's even a real sandstone or if it's some type of cement that they knew how to make. Because we know that they facaded most of these brick buildings in a lot of other cities with a stone look that's not real. But just unbelievable. These are just so gorgeous, you know. I really do believe they're beyond our ability. Yeah, love it. All right, let's check out this next building. I'll be right back. See that here in the basement there is a elevator, so that's really interesting. Okay, so we were just over here at this building. We're gonna check this baby out, and I can just tell you right off the bat, what you see on all these beautiful old Roman Greco buildings is you see a new bottom made of a material that none of the rest of it's made out of, and in this case they've used granite. This is the same stone that the Salt Lake Temple's made out of. But everything below that line right there is us. Everything above that line is them. And this is how they do it. Now, I actually noticed you could go underneath the stairs and go in the door, which may have been the original front door on this building, but they've encased it all in with this granite. And I'm gonna show you a little thing in there. I was in the elevator and I went down into the basement, and you could push down to go into the basement, but it doesn't look like it was letting me go down. So kind of interesting. I'll show you that now, and then we'll come back out. You can see that here in the basement there is a elevator. So that's really interesting. So maybe there is no lower level. So it's taking me when I said going down.
Second floor going up.
Wow, it's beautiful. It's all marble inside here. Okay, so I've come back out of this door here. And Yeah, this is all us. This is garbage. Even though it's granite, it's done with, you know, it's what we can do. But it's the same old story. Where look how deep in that goes. That goes in about 4.5 feet to the other side. That's how deep that is. And would love to see what's behind here. Erected 1912. And so, you know, why would you make a building of this magnitude? Get all of these 8-point asterisks all over the windows. Those look like they're probably new, but was what was. But then you walk down, looks like about 5 feet to get in the door. And here's a little history about this. John R. Park building. This building was the 5th major construction project on the East Bench campus, established in 1900. So it's the 5th building, they say. And let's see if there's any more clues here. Got a vent in the basement here. And you exactly what I told you, you can see that they spare the expense on the back of the building. You've got granite, and that granite, you know, they're trying to, when they can, they make it look thick from the sides, but on the back you can see that that granite's not as thick as they're pretending. Looks like maybe about 5 inches, but you have that brick. This is what they found right here. And this is what they found right here. This is what they found, and they've put their crappy foundation along the bottom there. But this is us. Guaranteed you get underneath there, there's more brick. I wouldn't be surprised if that is brick right there, down inside there. But really cool. And let's see if there's any clues down here. So they've reinforced it with concrete. Interesting. And they've got more of those same designs in the windows up there, you can see. So really cool. All right, I'm gonna go around the front. I'll be right back. Okay, so I've come around back to the front here and just wanted to check this front area out right here. They have some nooks here. Probably was a statue inside there at one time. And look at these old doors made of brass. Very cool. You can see it's all marble inside. Yeah, they stuck their statue inside here. John Rocky Park. Born 1833. Oh. So this is sitting at the very top here. And you can see if you just look, it looks right over east of here is Salt Lake City, and you can see some of the skyscrapers down there. So it's really connected with Salt Lake City. It just kind of sits up on the east bench of Salt Lake City. Just really interesting, right? And this is closer to Immigration Canyon than and look at this right here. I think, can't tell, but does that look like, is that one of those fish? Those Phoenician fish? I mean, it kind of looks like them. I'm not really sure. They've really done this building down on the bottom, there's no doubt. And we've got another one of these buildings that we already seen. We'll go check out after this. So basically back to the timeline. It seems to me, I think anybody who is researching this, I think everybody agrees that they added 1,000 years to our current calendar. But it appears to me that something like this, basically, I'd like your guys' feedback on this more than anything, is that what do you think about the possibility that in 1862 they reset the clock back to 1812 or 11? That this mud flood happened in 1862, let's say, or 1860s. And a lot of people died in this event. Who knows what else may have happened and why the cities were empty. There's a lot of theories going on about that. But what if they reset the clock 50 years back to 1812 to give themselves some time to fix this mess up? And so they replayed with new characters, everything from 1812 to 1862, which is why that history is so confusing, and why the heroes are villains and the villains are heroes. Let me know what you think about that. That's kind of where my mind's settling at this point, but I'm still learning, so I would love any clues that you might know of about a date reset in 1812 to 1812, or if you have any other information. Isn't that interesting that they have a vent right here, right next to these stairs right here? That tells me that vent's another door that used to be underneath here. And just a beautiful building, just like the rest. Looks like this is our work on these stairs, but it's interesting. Got another vent right there that's all plugged up. It's venting the basement, supposedly. We know in the other building we have brick underneath this stone, and I'm sure that's the same here. These look ancient to me. They look very old. And see what else we see here. Another vent back in here. And you can see. But this stonework is us along the bottoms, just like the granite on the previous building. See if we see any clues in here. Got a vent here. Interesting. Just beautiful work. It looks like they actually chiseled these, whatever, these look like these have been chiseled off right here, maybe to hide some symbols or something that would give us some clues. That looks very strange. Some more vents here. Wouldn't surprise me if these vents are venting underneath the stairs. Let's keep going here. And look underneath this sandstone foundation. They've reinforced it with some concrete. But it looks to me, and I think I am seeing clearly here. You tell me. Does that look like an arch right there? The way that those bricks are not straight? I mean, that looks like there's an arch inside there. That is a window. That's why they've cut away right there. You see that? There is a window arch right there. That is curved, and it's right underneath this window right here. And here's another thing coming out, kind of like over here. Really interesting, isn't it? And they have another breakaway right here underneath this window. And they've added this modern crap to it in the front right here. So that's kind of where we end here on this building. But wow, what an amazing find right there, huh? So it looks like they have this building right here is mirroring that building over there. And they have another one that's kind of going diagonal from it, like the second building we looked at. So let's take a look at this. So they've got a door that goes out right there. used to be a window. And interesting. Tobacco free. So you got a vent here. And really interesting. Look at this beauty that we're gonna go check out next. I mean, that looks ancient to me, guys. So, boom. We've got, well, they say that this building was built 1899. And in 1901, the building was nearly destroyed by fire. Only the foundations and walls were left standing. Yeah, right. And you've got a window right there underneath the stairs vent and the real door to this building. And check this out. Got brick back there behind the stone, the fake facade stone that they've put. So they chipped away at some brick and they put this stone in there to hide the mudflood windows that were all over it. And that is the way that it is, guys. And they chipped away at this. I mean, hello, you think that you think this is the way that they built that? Get out of here. Get out of here. It didn't happen. And look at that. Brick underneath the door. That's probably okay. That's probably normal. But we do have a window into underneath the stairs. It looks like they're working on this building. This free building. And look over here. Look at what we have here. We have a huge pit that we're gonna go check out here in just a second. But I just want to see if there's any more clues on this building. Man, I really love that brickwork at the top of this building. And let's see here. Huh. We got a little shed on the side. And this is all new right here. Let's see if there's any clues on the other side of this. Another little shack here. Interesting. So that's that. All right, we'll check out this other building. Now look at this. I guess this could be a boiler or something like that. But you get down into there. I'll be right back. Okay, so that actually is the last building that was in that photograph of the original 5 or 7 buildings. And so I think that's where we're gonna stop. I just went and checked these 2 buildings out. They look like they're like a tile that's been placed around a pre-existing building. And it looks like our work. But you know, you can see that the tile's cracking and they're gonna have to tear this building down at some point, or I don't know how they're gonna repair it, because I know they can't find the same tiles and materials today that they did in 1930 is when this is said to have been built. It is interesting that you step up to it. I could be wrong on it. You know, they could have photoshopped that image that we were looking at. But the same with this building. This appears to be a tile building. They are beautiful reproductions. If they are reproductions, they do have Phoenician shells up top and on them. But again, they're not, when you get up close to it, you can see that it's like a kit. And they weren't in the original photo. So we're just gonna leave it at that. And I do find it interesting that like you go down below the stairs here as if they said, hey, let's make these buildings look like what a mudflood building looks like, where they do that. And you know, this is the, you know, they decided to make it look kind of mud flooded, let's just say, to go along with what they knew they found. So anyway, that is the University of Utah President's Circle. I'm gonna actually take you to a couple more buildings right over here. These this yellow building back here. I'm gonna go look at this church over here as well. I'll be right back. We were just over here. I've come down the hill to check out this church right here. This is hard to say what we're looking at, but it looks similar to the theater. It looks like a tile kit on the front. You can kind of just see the pebble mix concrete mortar. You can just see that this is not the type of, you know, it just doesn't look ancient to me. It looks like our rendition, the best that we could do to make something look older than it is. And even these blocks, whatever they are, and they do appear to be cement or concrete, that this is us. This is the best that we could do. Now, what's behind it? Well, there could have been a pre-existing building there, but I'm just gonna leave it alone. I'll be right back. Okay, so this is the road that comes right up to President's Circle that we were just at. This is 200 South that goes straight into Salt Lake City. You can see the skyscrapers down there. And I want to just take you on a little walk back to my car here. But just walking up here, these look like these could be old buildings right here. And I want to show you a couple cool little things here. So this building right here looks like it's been, like it's an old building, and you can see what they've done. So you've got our brick on it right here, but you come down into here and you've got your old brick. Now this is the old yellow brick down in here, and you've got kind of an arched window going into nowhere here. Really interesting, right? But you have brick down here, and you also have oh, excuse me.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, sorry. No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare you. So then you've got a pizza joint here, and it's brick underground, and that is a retaining wall of brick. And I think that she may have went even into a lower area right there. So just very interesting. Brick down here. This is probably brick here, or at least brick there for sure. So really interesting. And then I wanted to show you this other building next door. Look at this beautiful yellow brick building right here. And the thing that I noticed about this is you've got your arched windows back here, right? And it is that yellow brick that we were looking for, that was once red. And then what do we have here? Well, kind of interesting. You can kind of see this foundation has been put in, but not back here. That brick goes right into the ground back here. But here, they've chipped away at some of the brick, and look how thick the brick is. It's, you know, probably 4 courses or something around. And they've chipped into it, put this stone in here, just like we saw at the university. But they have the arch windows here, and they've busted those arches out, and they've put these headers above the windows on this side. So just really interesting. You got mud flood windows. You walk down to get in here. Really really interesting. Let's see if we can see anything back in here. Maybe brick right there inside the mortar there. You can see that the sandstone's just falling apart. Really cool. And this is kind of what you would expect to see it maybe along the bottoms of a bunch of these buildings originally. I'm not really sure. Let's check out the front of it. So they obviously added this front piece in here. Just really interesting how it appears. I mean, like, why would you put arches in the back and headers around the sides? So let's see. Oh, look, we have arches on this side. So really interesting. So arches all around this side and headers around the other side. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. All right, I'll be right back. I've just come across the street from this building right here, and just checking out this old house right here. Got arch windows all over it, and let's just see what we see here. It's got this interesting middle box in here. I guess it's stairs it used to be. So you've got stairs down in here. Another arch window here. Arch windows all over it. Door coming out to the top of a roof. Just kind of a shack on the back. And just kind of interesting. Got a door going in to the back there. And this house next to it has these blocked in windows right here. And probably is a brick home that's been facaded over. Same with this building right here. This looks like that crappy brick that they may have wrapped an old building with and, you know, made it more modern like this. But I wouldn't be surprised if we went inside there and found arch windows. And yeah, that just looks like more of a new brick. You can kind of see the inside of that brick right there. It's not this old yellow brick. And yeah, you've got these blocked in windows. Who does that? And you've got a little Mudflood window sticking out of the ground right here. A vent. Just really interesting. Another blocked in window down here. And so that is the University of Utah and a few buildings around it. Let me know what you think, and thanks for watching.